Good morning to you all and happy Wednesday. What a morning it has been. Going to be a volatile, very volatile day on the markets, and let me cover a quick note or a quick breakdown of things to watch to help you navigate these volatile markets. As for a lot of you, this is going to be the most volatile day you've probably traded in quite some time, especially when we look at something like the Russell Index up over 6%. Insane move here. Historical move in how do we navigate this volatility, right, is going to be the question today. And let's start by doing just a breakdown on the NASDAQ. So as you guys know, it's the one that I'll be breaking down pretty much daily. And what we're doing here is we're testing this key 500.10 prior rejection before this move lower. If, and big if, what we can do today is if this gap up holds the open and holds 500.10, we put ourselves on the table for these 52-week highs in this trend. So that is going to be my main watch here, is if, in big if this gap up holds, then this 500.10 is looking really good and potential then to hold this and trend above the open up into those 52-week highs, and that is going to be my main watch. Now, the last thing that you want to do is get that gap up, and we never trade above the open, and we just downtrend and get this gap that gets heavily sold into then off of the election. So that is going to be the key watch. 500.10, keep this area on watch. Room up into 503s and 505.21 untested highs if we do get strong trending momentum above 500 today. Now, there's a whole slew of, and let me actually break down, let's see, which index was it? Let's do ES. ES, keeping this one on watch here is one thing to note is we are making a 52-week high gap, and sometimes these get sold into, like very similar to what this 52-week high gap was here. So if we can hold the OP on ES2, that is going to be key. If we get some selling pressure, expecting 59.1281s to at least provide a potential higher low entry back up into these highs here at 59.54s. Now, for individual plays, there's a whole slew of them because of this gap up. But one I really like is going to be Apple. And Apple above 224.74 for either the back through open, a washout, and trend really doesn't have anything until 227.86. So we could get a 2% move, roughly 1.5%, just by finding an entry off of 224.74. You can see we're trying to flip trend on the hourly, higher lows, higher lows. Now, do we get this big breakout bar off the hourly that trades and triggers up into 227.86? That is going to be my main watch here today on this particular name. Has a lot of potential up into that 227.56 area, or 86 area, excuse me, and then up into even 230 above that. So keeping that on close watch. You can see this nice curling formation too on the daily, and it helps with that individual indices strength as well. In Amazon, this one created a new all-time high here in the pre-market session, 202 area tagged up above. For me, what I want to see is, do we hold 200.15? And really where 200.15 comes in is we got a triple top here, and then we come in and we reject it here. So if we can hold this gap, get a washout and back through open, taking this up into those 202 targeted highs here, and it would be a failed breakdown and a follow through of this buy setup here on the daily chart that can trigger us and trade us higher here today. So keeping that on watch. That weekly also looking very nice for this breakout move up into these highs as well. AMD, is this the moment we finally flip the trend? This one has been weak, and we've sold off since earnings, make lower lows, lower highs, but now we have made a potential higher low here with a hold of 142.95. Now we make a new higher high and room to trend and rally up in this downtrend, really up into 154.80s. So it's a hefty move, but if we can get that washout and hold of 143, going to have this one on close watch, and it would be putting in the potential weekly higher low off of this area right here, which makes sense, and we could trigger a nice green inside bar up into that 154.80. So definitely keeping this one on watch here today as well for an oversold bounce. NVIDIA, now in terms of trend structure, this one's way better than AMD. You can see we're near highs while AMD is well off of its highs. and we get a failed breakdown, nice follow through. If we get this hold of 140.17, either we wash out this area and start trending for longs, or we get the back throw open above 142. Both of those put us on potential for this 144.42 area high here to tag and test, and that is going to be a key watch here today. And then Tesla, this is the main watch. This is what everyone's watching. I almost feel like this one wants to go to 300 just because everyone is wanting that 300 mark. And no doubt that this benefited from the election. There's no question about that. The question becomes, how do we trade above these levels? If we hold 286.59 and get that washout, I truly think we could tag up into 298. Maybe not 300, maybe we front run it, but 298 to 300 is a possibility. So that is going to be my main watch here today, over 286.59, going to be that long watch here on Tesla as we get this strong trending strength here. I hope this video helps you guys. Let us know down below what you are watching. Thank you.